Hey guys, Jim the Game Guru. Today I've got another game, little masterpiece game that I love, and Control. It is one of my favorite card games. Very small packaging, very small, tiny game, easily transportable. Take it anywhere with you. It is from 1 to 4 players. If you play with two, well, actually, I should say one. Sorry, it's 2 to 4 players. Kind of impossible to play with one on this one. It's 2 to 4 players, and it's very confrontational. So if you play 2 players, it's 1v1. If you play 3 players, which is extremely cutthroat, it's one deck that you all 3 players pull from, and then 4 players in this game is a team-based game. It's 2v2 and single deck. Now, when you play 1v1 in this game, it is 2 different decks. So what they did in this game is that you have a bunch of cards here. It's about 48, I think they are. And half of the deck is going to be labeled with two, let me see here, yep, two diamonds, and the other one's going to be a single circle. So the ones that are in a single circle mark on these cards, and let me see if I can bring that up here. I don't know if you'll be able to see the, yep, see those single circle mark at the bottom, and these other ones here, like this one here is got a double diamond at the bottom. So anything that matches up with those symbols, those cards go into a specific deck. So one player plays with 24 cards with the double diamonds, and the other player plays the ones with the circle. Now, each set of cards in each group have the same number of cards. So it's not like one's got like certain cards that the other deck doesn't. So it's completely, it's even, and no player gets an advantage over another player of a certain type of card in a deck. The thing that I love about this game that is so amazing is the fact that they were able to tweak this game so that it's so dead even that it's a grind until you get to the very end. So you're sweating the entire time trying to win. And in this game, what you do is you try to get to 21. Kind of like blackjack. You put cards down to get to 21 or higher. And if you do that before your opponent, you'll end up winning. But there's a caveat. It's not just like blackjack points you're putting down. These cards have powers to them. They have special powers when you lay them down. They have special powers when you play them. And it's so much fun. I had played so many games of Control. It's ridiculous. It's amazing. Like there's times where you're like, oh my god, like what am I gonna do? Like how do I get out of this? And then you somehow you end up edging the other person out, and you're like, yes, and you have like that Boris and like GoldenEye moment. I'm invincible. And then there's times where you have these cards in your hand. You're like, oh man, I got you. And then the opponent will play something that will make you discard 2 cards, and you're like, why me? And it's just so much fun. Very confrontational game. And so the one player that this is not going to be ideal for is anyone who doesn't like confrontation. If you don't like to be messed with, you don't like to get your cards discarded, you don't like the battling back and forth, you're probably not gonna enjoy this game because it's super confrontational. But it is a whole lot of fun, and I absolutely love this game. I'm going to get into how to play it, so I'm going to flip this over top view to show you guys how to play the game. It's fairly inexpensive. It's probably about, I think it's like 12 bucks on Amazon. I ended up buying a second copy. So I have this copy that I play with that is unsleeved. I have my second, because I'm such a nerd, I have my second copy in my, tucked away, that I'm going to sleeve and put in a different case. And that would be like my pristine copy of Control. But this game is, dude, I absolutely love this game. I like the packaging too. It's really small. I liked how they did with the black and the gold. They did have when they had one thing I miss about this is on the Kickstarter they did have like these big like these metal coins that were really nice, and they actually changed the rules from the Kickstarter to this version 2 of the game. I feel like they refined the rules a little bit more in this game for version 2. But I kind of miss the metal coins. I really wish the metal coins were part of this. But there are so many times that I have gone into overtime in this game. So in this game, you can go to overtime. So if somebody doesn't reach 21 or more, you can go to overtime, and the person with the most points wins. I mean, there's games that I've won with like 2 points. And it's just a blast. I love it. The manual, there's really no manual. This is your manual. The little fold out, that is it. It just tells you how to play really quick, because the rules are pretty simple. How to play and any kind of nuances that they need to clarify more. You do also get a card, these cards right here, that tell you, they're kind of quick reference. Hey, on your turn, let's flip it up here. On your turn, you can do this. You can draw a card, play a card, discard a card, defuse a card. So you must choose one action. And they also tell you what the different types of cards are, because you have cards that are silver and kind of bronze or gold or whatever it is, and each different type of card is kind of like, one's like the abilities and the other one's kind of more of a static card that you put out. But I will show you how to play this. I'm gonna go ahead and flip over to the top view. Okay, so let's get into some gameplay of Control. I go ahead and I'm simulating a 1v1 game. So the first thing you do is you shuffle the all of the circle and double diamond decks. And then, just let me double check and make sure. I want to make sure, yeah, double, diamond, yep. I just want to make sure there's no circles stuck in there. And then after each player shuffles their deck, they deal themselves 4 cards. Okay, so really easy, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to keep the hands visible because, you know, this is simulation. We're not playing for real here. So I'm going to keep the hands visible for both players here. All right. The decks go here, here, and there's also going to be a discard pile. So on your turn, what you do, the first thing you do is you draw a card. So this person right here has got these cards here. Now there's different types of cards. So these silver cards here are cards that have abilities when they're played onto the field. And they retain those abilities until they're gone. These cards here that have kind of like a silver, kind of goldish type of thing, or bronze, I don't know what, it's either gold or bronze, they're ability cards. And these cards, whenever you discard them, you use their ability. The cards that are silver are the ones that have permanent abilities on the field. Both types of cards in this game, so how do you get to 21? So both types of cards in these games, you can actually put them down for points. So when you draw your cards and you take your action, you can put any one of the 2 type of cards down for points. Now, if I play an ability card and I put it down for points, I cannot and do not use its ability at all. And its ability is not available in play ever. Only the silver ones are the ones that have abilities that are available when you play them, when they're in the field. So you can discard card, use its ability, play a silver, use its ability that has its own ability on the field, and then there's also another ability. It's called diffusing. Diffuse is a way to get rid of somebody else's card that's in play by discarding a card from your hand into your discard pile that has the same value or higher. Diffuse is not an ability like the abilities from the cards. It's actually its own separate thing, is diffusing. So here I go. So I'm going to be this player right here. I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. So in this player's hand, I got something called Exotic Matter, which is worth 4 points. This one says you may play another card worth 3 or less. Antimatter. This card right here is an ability that you can play to have the other person discard 2 cards from their hand. One that randomly and the other one is by choice. Deflector is a silver card you can put out worth 5 points. This card is immune to all opponent abilities. Nova, no special abilities. I know I said the gold or bronze colored ones have abilities, but this particular one does not have ability, nothing. And that's because it's worth 10 points. Wormhole is a card that allows you to look through your discard pile and add a card from it to your hand. Okay? So this person here, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to play Exotic Matter because Exotic Matter it's better to play this when I have another card that's worth 3 or less in my hand. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put down Deflector. So now I've got 5 points on the field, this player, okay? So swap over to this player. They have Wormhole, they have Force Field. You already saw what Antimatter was this card. Force Field allows you to defend other silver cards from diffusion, which is very cool. But the other cards you cannot diffuse the other cards, but you can diffuse this Force Field. So now Force Field ends up becoming the primary target whenever you have that out. So here we got Exotic Matter. You may play another card just like the other one, 3 or less. I'm gonna go ahead and draw because every time on your turn you gotta draw a card. Ooh, look, I got 2 Wormholes, Antimatter, Force Field. I'm gonna play Exotic Matter because when I play Exotic Matter, actually let me put this over here. I'm gonna try to separate these play zones here. And what I'll do is I'll have the discard on top of the piles. So I'm going to do Exotic Matter here, and then I'm going to play Force Field. So that means my Exotic Matter is now immune from diffusion as long as my Force Field is out in play. All right, put that back down. Now go back to this player here, Dark Energy. I get to draw 2 or return a card in play to the bottom of the deck. I'm going to hold this. And obviously, not that I know that what both hands have, I'm trying to simulate it as if I was playing a real game, not knowing what the other person has. So here I have 5 points on the board already. So I'm going to want to put some pressure on the other player probably. I'm going to put down my Nova. So now I have 15. And in this game, the magical number is 11. It is 11. And the reason why it's 11, because a Nova's worth 10 points. You need 21 points or more to win. So anytime somebody hits 11 on their or more on their playfield, that should be an instantaneous alarm going off. Whoop, 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 whoop. The siren should be going off because you need to get rid of a card off their playing field. Or else the next card they play could be a Nova and it could be all over. The game is won. All right, so now I'm going to go over here. I'm gonna do a I just drew a Singularity. So, Singularity, what am I gonna do here? Like an Antimatter, Wormhole. So I don't have any card in my hand here that is 10 or higher to get rid of the Nova, which is a shame. The Deflector is 5. And these 2 Wormholes are 4, so I don't have enough to diffuse because I need a card that's 5 or higher to diffuse. I do have the Antimatter. The Antimatter allows me to go ahead and force this player to discard 2 cards, 1 at random and 1 at their choice. But I'm not going to do that because it's such a powerful ability that I want to screw them over later on with this card. The only card that I can play right now is a Singularity. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to discard this. So the discard piles are going to be up here because I need to find a place to put it. Or, maybe I'll just pull them off the camera a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and play the Singularity. So Singularity nukes all silver and gold cards in play, except for this Deflector, because this person's Deflector here has immune to all opponent abilities, and Singularity is an ability. And that's the key. All opponent abilities. So if this person were to play a Singularity, it would blow their own card away, this Deflector, because this card is immune to all opponent abilities. So These cards go away. The Nova goes away because I don't have anything to stop the Singularity. There's one card in this game that allows you to stop abilities, like hold in their tracks. It's called Time Stop. Unfortunately, this person does not have Time Stop. So, and that's it. So now 5 points here. This player goes again. So what's this player gonna do? So we gotta draw for a turn, and there you go, Time Stop. See that? This is the card that's worth 9 points, and it also prevents. You can discard. This is the one card you can discard when it's your opponent's turn. The only card you can discard when it's your opponent's turn to stop an action that they play. I'm going to save this because obviously this is extremely powerful. I'm going to save it because I'm going to use it to block the other player, or possibly put it down for 9 points if I ever get in a position where I just need 9 points to win. So what am I going to do here? I think I might go ahead and just play Dark Energy. That allows me to draw 2 cards. And look, I just drew another Dark Energy, and I draw a Reactor. And that's it, because I draw and I take 1 action. So this player is now done. The one card I pulled up is Reactor. Reactor is a card that allows you to get rid of one of your cards that you have in play already, to then diffuse a card from the opponent's play area. This is useful if you have a high value card in your play area, but you have nothing in your hand that's high, and you need to get rid of another high card over here, and the only thing you can do is diffuse. This Reactor will allow you to do it. Okay, so this person's turn here. I'm gonna go ahead and draw. I got another Singularity. I'm gonna look at my discard. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play Wormhole. So I'm gonna discard that. Wormhole allows me to go to my discard pile. See, this is my discard pile up here, and I'm gonna choose Singularity out of there and put it back into my hand. Okay, so now I'm done. So next player goes. Okay, I've got Rift. I am gonna see. Now, one thing I have to mention, that whenever there's like an action on one of these silver cards that affects a player, that only happens when you play the card. So some of these silver cards, like this one, like the Deflector, that's immune to all abilities, opponent abilities, that's a non-stop ability that is good for as long as the Deflector's out. But something like Rift is only worth 1 point, but this will allow me to return a card in play to its owner hand or draw a card. So what am I going to do? So this guy has nothing in play, so I'm going to go ahead and play Rift. So now I have 6 points, and I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. Oh, and I got another Rift. Okay, so there is a hand limit to the game. I believe the hand limit in this game is 7. I can't remember. I would have to look back at the instructions to see, but I think it's 7. If you have any more than 7, you have to discard the extra cards you have. So you gotta manage your hand well too in this game, or else you can end up discarding cards you don't want to. So this one here, we've got 2 Singularities. I got Dark Energy. I'm gonna play Dark Energy. I'm gonna go ahead and draw 2. Ooh, I picked up a Nova, which is worth 10. And then I picked up a Future Shift right here. Future Shift, what that does is look at the top 2 cards of the deck, and then I can discard one and take the other one. Most of the time when I get Future Shift, I end up using it for, I keep it for like diffusion, or I use it for points. I hardly ever use this ability because the fact that it burns one of your cards in your deck, and you only have 24 cards when you're playing 1v1, and sometimes that burn can hurt really bad. Okay, so I played Dark Energy. I think I played Dark Energy on that. I lost track there. I thought I drew 2, a Nova and a Future Shift. Yep. So this person's turn here. I've got 7 cards already, so I need to put something down for points. I can't mess around here. All right, I got a Deflector. Here we go. 2 Deflectors that are immune to abilities, and 1 Rift, and you know what we just did, right? We hit the magical number of 11. So if this person will put down a 10-pointer, guess what? We are now going to be hitting end of game. But how do we take care of that? And this person right here has nothing that can take care of that. I have a singularity, but the singularity is only going to be able to take care of one card because these two deflectors are immune to the singularity play. But I have to play this as if I don't know what the opponent has. And right now I'll probably be sweating my face off thinking that, oh my god, they have a 10-point Nova in their hand. So I probably would end up burning a singularity just to... Did I draw on this one, by the way? And I don't think I drew. Just to get rid of this Rift card. So then that will burn the Rift card. And I doubt that this opponent right here would use their time stop to stop the singularity, because he's only burning it to get rid of a 1-pointer. So he probably just saved this. Okay, so that's done. So I just drew a Nova, and look at that. By doing that singularity, I just saved myself, this player right here, from losing the game. So now I'm going to make the other player sweat. I'll do 10. I've got 20 points on the board, right? Now, here's where a diffusion takes place, and I'll show you here. So now I've got a reactor, I can play that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to discard my Nova. And when I discard my Nova from my hand, I am diffusing. That's my action. So it's not an ability, it's just a diffuse that I'm going to be playing. That will nuke this Nova card. So that's gone. So now this person's back to 10, I have 0. So you see with the play how hard it is to get to 21 or over. Even if you get close, some ways you can just nuke your cards and boom. And then this is the well-balanced part of the game, and the competitive, and the grueling it out and nonstop just kind of going through. And I love that. I really love that about this game. So I'm not gonna play the full game here. So we got Future Shift again, but I would probably, to make the person sweat, I'd probably play a Rift, draw a card, and then I get another reactor. But wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But no, I probably wouldn't do that because I have 7 cards. So if I had 7 cards, I wouldn't want to draw another card. I would probably just play the reactor. Yeah, or even the exotic matter. Actually, that's probably what I would probably do. I'd probably play the exotic matter, and then that allows me to play another card worth 2 or 3 or less, and then I would play the reactor. So that would be 6 points. So I have 16 right there. So now that makes it really hard for this person here to end up reducing their amount. So what I would probably do here, since it's now on this person's turn, I drew the dark energy. I would probably do a diffuse. So I would get rid of that to diffuse a deflector, because a deflector is only immune to abilities. It's not actually immune to diffusion. You would need a force field out here to make the deflector. And that's where deflectors get nasty, because they're immune to abilities, but if you had a force field out as well, they're both immune to abilities and diffusion. But there's no force field out, so I would end up getting rid of that. There's still 11 points on the board, and if I had a Nova here, that would be the end of the game on the very next turn. But yeah, this is how you play Control, and it goes back and forth, clearing out points. And there's times where you get a bunch of little cards out and points out, and then somebody will just nuke all the cards. And even if they have a lot of points on their side, they'll just nuke the cards and cleared out. There's been games that I've been on the defensive, like kind of like this person had nothing, and then the other person would have stuff, and then every time they put stuff out, I'll just keep nuking their stuff, and then eventually I'll put down cards and then squeak out a victory. Fantastic game. I absolutely love Control. It's great job on the balancing. It's quick rounds. The rounds in this game last about 5 to 10 minutes. You can play them in between watching a movie. You can play them in just wherever. It's so easy to travel. You can take them with you on the go somewhere. And if you just want to set up camp somewhere really quick, wherever you're at, and just dish out the cards and start playing real quick, you can bust out a quick 5-10 minute game right there. beautiful game. These cards and abilities, trying to get to 21. I enjoy it. I've played so many. I mean, I've had to play at least 100 games of this game so far. They've all been 1v1. I do want to play a 4-player game, 2v2. I've never done it yet, and I want to do that very, very soon. The only problem is I need to get a couple people involved to kind of get them up to speed of the game and how it plays. And once I get them playing and see if they love it, then I'm sure that I can get that 4-player game cranking. But that's it. So guys, if you guys like this video, please leave me a like and please subscribe. Your subscriptions actually help me grow, helps all the young YouTubers out there really kind of grow and grow their channel and start bringing out new games and getting, it's the fuel that we need to really keep pressing on. I love making videos. I love games. And I hope you guys do too. And please subscribe. Your support matters. And that's it. I'm Jim, the Game Guru. Until the next video, guys, I will see you later.